just work for brick and I ain't hit no lick.
All right, so we in here next morning, and today we got this 08 Silverado in, and it has a pretty bad lifter tick. What we got going on today is a AFM DOD delete kit. So he ended up going through AMS Racing. They ended up sending out the cam lifters, lifter trays. It's got head studs. It has the valley cover block off plate with the bolts, stock profile camshaft, and then of course came with gaskets, head gaskets, exhaust manifold gaskets, intake gaskets. It's got valve cover gaskets, front timing cover, and water pump gaskets, front seal with the GM genuine front crank bolt. I'm gonna end up probably checking out the push rods, because with the way that this lifter is ticking, more than likely the damn push rod is probably gonna be bent. So I just wanted to get them out and measure them just before I end up putting them in or just ordering some. This isn't gonna be a quick process. It's gonna be a couple days like I always do, especially with the cam kits. The only damn difference with this one is I'm not gonna be disassembling the head and doing valve springs and all that shit. He's gonna end up keeping the VVT up front, so we're not even gonna deal with that. And yeah, we should be good to go. So this one is pretty much the most common lifter tick sound that you can get. So as you see, it's probably more than likely on this side. I can hear it a lot more louder on that side than this side, so I guess we'll have to see the culprit. But yeah, she's definitely ticking like a bitch. Get that oil pump pumping some oil through here. That way you can go ahead and get the fuck out. Go ahead and get the fluids drain and start taking apart some of the stuff off the top end. We'll go ahead and pick up the camera and show y'all and take y'all a little bit step by step. I ain't gonna show everything in this damn video because it's just so much that needed to be done. Just every time I do a step or something like that, I'll pick up the cam and just show y'all what I'm doing, and then we'll go from there. All right, so getting down to draining the fluids. The Garvey oil drain pan is doing its job. Ain't got no leaks down here, just some coolant leaks just from where I took this coolant hose right here off just to get the intake out. But went ahead and got the shroud off, got the grill off. Makes it a lot easier for me to get up in here and kind of get everything knocked out without this grill being in the way. It's looking good so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and just let the rest of this oil drain. And once I'm done with that, I can pull this drain pan up a little bit, go ahead and start draining the fluids. I can go ahead and take the radiator out. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the belt off and some of the front accessories and just whatever I can until this oil is drained. Went ahead and got a lot of this shit on out. So water pump, harmonic balancers out, got the intake out over there. So yeah, everything looks good. I just went ahead and vacuumed out the valley area with my vacuum and shit, just letting everything drain into the drain pan while I go. But yeah, we're making some progress. So all I gotta do really now is go ahead and take the front timer cover off. Still gotta get the headers off, so I'm gonna pull those back just like I did with the Tahoe that I had last time. Just gonna pull those over to where I can get the heads taken off and then just move it out the way. All right, so this is where we're gonna wrap up the day. So I ended up getting the push rods out, ended up getting the rockers out, and that was pretty much all I got done. I just went ahead and started cleaning up a little bit. Don't see too many issues with the push rods or anything like that, or the rockers being able to move unless the damn lifter is like drastically dropped and fucked up all the way. Curious to see what these lifters look like. I really wanted to try to go ahead and get to it today just so I can pull them out and see what they look like, but guess we're gonna have to just wait until tomorrow. Ran out of time, had a lot to do, but tomorrow we'll get back in here and get back right. So all right, so we got down to getting the heads out. I got the spark plugs out, exhaust manifold bolts, a couple of them broke and a couple of them weren't there. Went ahead and got the head gaskets out, lifter trays, head studs, and here's the culprit right here. So we got a collapsed lifter right here. This was towards the back of the passenger side of the motor, so that was the ticking problem. And I can see on the little roller right here, you can see the scarring and shit. So yeah, everything looks somewhat okay. And as far as resurfacing the block and all that shit, it's not really too much caked on shit up on there, so shouldn't take me too long as far as that goes. The heads look fine. There's no really big issues aside from them damn exhaust studs that broke off. So guess we'll check that out as we go. But yeah, getting some progress knocked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this stuff out, and we'll pick back up the camera once we kind of get everything else situated. But just wanted to show y'all what the problem was and that was definitely the damn problem. All right, so got a little bit more knocked out on it. So went ahead and got top dead center marked all the way, so 12 and 6. And you can verify by looking at the piston with the heads off. So everything looks good. I just got the cylinders kind of wiped out, and I'm about to go ahead and start moving on to doing the cam and just swapping it out. That's all I got to do as far as that goes. I'll keep the same cam gear and all that shit. The chain staying the same. There weren't nothing provided with the kit, so that's all we're gonna be doing. All right, so got the valley cover taken off and starting to get some of the stuff cleaned up as far as the surfaces. Went ahead and pulled the cam out and the cam gear. So I'm about to go ahead and lube up the new cam so that way I can go ahead and throw it in. Got it over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the cam and then the valley cover because I got both of these already, and that way I can just still have it in top dead center and just go ahead and just do my cleaning and everything. And then after that we can go ahead and get the heads prepped, and then we'll be good to go as far as that goes. But yeah, ain't too much more as far as this kit goes. I mean, this is probably about as far as we're gonna have to go as far as tearing it down, and then yeah, that's it. So all right, so went ahead and got the new cam installed with the new cam plate. So just got to torque that down, but you can see the new cam over top, and yeah, she's good to go. So all I gotta do is put the cam gear back on, put the chain back on, and torque all this stuff back down, and then we can move on over to knocking out the resurfacing and putting a new valley cover on and all that, and we should be getting closer and closer. But these heads are gonna take a little bit of work before we end up putting those back on. Like I said, I gotta wash them, clean them up, and get those exhaust manifold studs out. But once we get that situated, we should be good to put everything back together. So all right, so it is Friday. I got in here this morning a little bit and tried to get some resurfacing done, but I was only in here for like an hour or so. So got back after a couple things I had to knock out. I went ahead and cleaned up the valve covers and the heads. Used some damn easy off heavy duty oven cleaner. I sprayed it on for like 2 seconds. I went ahead and took a Scotch-Brite and just irritated it a little bit, sprayed it off with just some regular damn water, and a lot of it came off. Looks pretty good. You can tell it's got the etching in it and shit like that from that oven cleaner, but it's not gonna do anything major as far as damage. I mean, personally, you can just paint over it. It's not really a big deal. They're usually gonna get oily and all that shit over again, so it's really no point unless you know, all the way rebuilding. But for this application, this will be perfectly fine. Yeah, I also got the timing cover cleaned up too, so yeah, just gotta wait on the rest of these parts to come in tomorrow, and then we'll be set. All right, so we in here this Saturday afternoon. So today the main goal is to go ahead and get the block resurfaced, and then I'll go ahead and start getting the heads resurfaced. I got everything I need to get that done, so hopefully by the end of the day we should be able to go ahead and start putting the heads and stuff back on with the new gaskets. I ended up ordering him some stock length push rods from Michigan Motorsports, spark plug wires for the ones that had broken the back. So we're all set to go ahead and put the rest of this stuff on. We ain't got much left. That's why I'm trying to go ahead and just keep pushing. All right, so getting back down to it, I got the block damn near complete as far as resurfacing. Got a little bit left on there. I'm gonna go ahead and get back down here and just do one more little pass all the way through, but everything is damn near taken off as much as I can get it. And as you can see, it's pretty silver all the way around. But went ahead and got down to resurfacing the heads too. So the heads are pretty damn clean for my liking on both sides. So yeah, right now I'm going ahead and getting this exhaust stud out. So I obviously got one out already. From what I'm seeing, it's looking like it's turning. So I just wanted to try this out first before I ended up going ahead and damn trying to weld it. But all right, so now we getting a lot of progress knocked out. So I got the block completely resurfaced. There's a little bit left on there, but it's not enough that's going to cause an issue or anything like that. So both sides look pretty good as far as my liking, and my light's dead, so can't show y'all in HD. But we got the lifters and trays all set up. So how I do these is whichever side I'm on, I try to put these holes going towards the back of the block. So that's just how I do them. People can put them in either way. I mean, it really don't make a fuck. But got his push rod soaking in assembly lube and a little bit of oil. I'm gonna blow out the block one more time. That's why I got the air compressor out, get the rest of the water. I got one old bolt and I just ran it all through the holes just to make sure there was no water left. And I'm gonna triple double check one more time with the air compressor, and then we'll move on over, blow the heads out. I already vacuumed them out, so they should be solid. I don't think I'll have any issues or anything out of them, but yeah, let's go ahead and get to moving. All right, so I went ahead and got the lifters in and the head gaskets are in now, so they're all good to go. The block is as good as it's gonna get. Blew out all the holes for the head studs and they don't have any water left in them, at least I hope. I used the compressed air about 5-6 times on each fucking side, so they should be ready to roll. Yeah, but now that the lifters and everything are in, we should be able to go ahead and start slapping the heads on. But first I'm gonna go ahead and blow some compressed air through the heads, just make sure everything is clean, there's no water in this motherfucker, and then once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and put the head studs in, start torquing it down. All right, so only got to knocking out one of the heads, unfortunately. Taking these fucking wheels off and all this other shit kind of slowed me down. I could have really got the other one done, but it's already almost fucking 8 o'clock and I'm not trying to be in here for the rest of the night. But got this head torqued down and good to go. It was just 22, 90, then 70, and then 22 on the top 10mm bolts. So this side is good to go and everything is looking good. So get back in here probably tomorrow or Monday, depending on how this shit goes. I'm gonna throw in push rods and shit like that as soon as I get the other head on. But yeah, I guess this is about as far as I'm gonna make it tonight. All right, so got a lot of progress knocked out over the weekend. Not too sure where I left off, but I went ahead and got both heads torqued down. I got that one knocked out, I want to say Saturday night, and then I ended up coming back Sunday for probably about an hour just to go ahead and get this head torqued down. So everything is good to go. I got the brand new push rods up in there behind the rocker, so got the rocker set down. They're just hand tight so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump up in here and get those torqued down. All right, so see, got the torque wrench out, and yeah, I just got the exhaust manifolds put on with the new gaskets. I just got the rockers torqued down. I'm gonna go ahead and like I said, clean up the front cover area, brake clean everything, and then we might end up going ahead and rolling over to Walmart, so that way I can go ahead and grab a little bit of oil for right now and some coolant. This oil that's going to be in it is going to be some cheap shit, honestly, because all the dirt and everything that falls through in the motor and gets past what I can see is going to be accumulated down into the pan. So usually I just let these motors run for a little bit and just give it, you know, some up and down the road mileage, just so that way the oil can kind of get through everywhere, clean out anything that was inside the motor, and then after that I go ahead and change it with usually I run in Cam trucks 040. The 040 runs way better with the oil pump. I found that out with my Yukon and just looking over some Corvette forums and shit like that, just to see what guys were running in Cam vehicles. But as far as this application, you can run OEM viscosity fluid, but I'd probably recommend going with something thicker, because from factory I don't really ever follow GM's fucking standard oil that they mark on top of the oil cap. I always try to go with a little bit thicker of oil, especially if you got an AFM DOD truck. But with this one not having it anymore, shouldn't be no problems or nothing like that. But I'm still gonna run some thicker oil just to kind of save everything else that's inside, because not too sure what the condition of everything else like the oil pump is. But like I said, we were just trying to go ahead and get him an AFM DOD delete just to get him back on the road. All right, so got the valve covers on, got the timing cover back on, got the VVT sensor plug back in, so everything looks good. It looked like from what my uncle was telling me, he had some work done or something like that on the valve covers. I didn't see anything crazy whenever I pulled it off, but now that I'm getting to tightening them down, yeah, them two back ones are definitely kind of feeling like they're about to strip, so I just didn't even want to tighten it all the way. I'm gonna just kind of wait until I get down to doing the coil packs, kind of just see how tight I need to have it. All right, so before I put the intake on, just wanted to show y'all kind of what I'm doing at least. Got the new intake manifold gasket all the way on, so on both sides. It's got these little clips, so just don't forget them whenever you're putting it on. And got the old ones here. They're looking like they're a little newer. I mean, they don't look like they're, you know, blowing out or anything like that. But yeah, they look fine, but it's always good to go ahead and go new. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Set this intake down, then we'll go ahead and start putting some of the harness and shit back on, and then we'll go ahead and start moving on to the front. The balancer, it won't be bad putting it on. I usually just get it pushed on there by hand. I got an installer tool, but you can get, you know, a 2x4 and just smack it on a little bit, make sure it's even. And then if you can get it on far enough, you can get the bolt about halfway threaded in there, then you can zip it on with the old bolt, take the old bolt out, put a new one in, then torque it, and go from there. But I mean, it really don't matter. These LS's, I mean, I've seen people do it 100 different fucking ways. So yeah, let's go ahead and get back to it so we can go ahead and finish up. All right, so picking back up, I got the intake put on. I got the whole wire and harness just laid back down. The way I like to hang it up, I take a bungee cord, kind of put it right there, so that way once I put the intake back on, all I gotta do is just unravel it, lay it down. You can really start in the middle. These harness clips sit like directly in the middle of the harness, so you can kind of guide everything where it needs to go if you forget. All the evap stuff hooked up. I even got the grounds around where they need to go. I need to put that one down. So I got the dipstick tube put back in, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just got the harmonic balancer put in. I'm about to go ahead and throw the new GM bolt in there and go ahead and get it torqued down. Then I'll probably end up finishing up with the water pump and maybe alternator bracket, but we'll see. It's already 4 now, so yeah, I ain't got really much more to do. All I got gasket wise is fucking water pump gaskets. That is legit it. So all right, so this is where we're gonna finish up for today. I ended up getting the harmonic balancer put on. I got the AC belt on, got the water pump on here too. Everything up top is tightened down. Got the heater hose lines pretty much routed to where they need to go. So pretty much all I gotta do is get in here tomorrow, put some new fluids in here, and just double check everything and torque everything just one last time, make sure everything is good, and we should be pretty much finished up. The only thing else I got to put on the front after I torque the water pump is the got to put the power steering bracket and alternator bracket back on, but after that we should be home free. All right, so finally got everything wrapped up. I'm gonna keep the intake off and all that until I go ahead and get a first start and see how she runs. Ain't nothing left but the grill, intake, and engine cover, so not much more to throw back on here. I got all the hoses clamped back down to where they need to be. Got the belt on, alternator bracket, alternators in, got all the wires and connections plugged in, so we're looking good. But yeah, I'm gonna just get up under here one last time, check through everything, make sure everything is good to go, and then we'll go ahead, get inside with the tablet and get it started up. I went ahead and primed it a few times, let it crank for a little while, and yeah, we looking good so far. It's leaking some coolant at the bottom of this expansion tank. Tail is dripping slightly through the bottom, but only oil you can see down there is from where I took the plug out and got the rest of the oil out. And I didn't think that was gonna be as much oil that came out that was left, but that's what happened. So yeah, I got the oil primed and everything looks good. Everything's sounding good. It's getting compression. I can hear the cam in there moving around and doing what it needs to do. So I guess now we're gonna go ahead and hop in this motherfucker and try to give her a crank. So all right, boys, I had a premature little start beforehand. That's why it's all hazy and smoky in this bitch, getting the oil out of it. I just wanted to kind of double check everything. I primed it a lot more than usual. We're gonna go ahead and crank it one more time and just make sure everything is good. Like I said, the cam and stuff sounds like it's flowing freely. Everything else sounds good. The alternator probably needs to be replaced because it's squealing like a motherfucker, but other than that, man, there's no leaks or nothing crazy like that. It's always a fucking leak with these fucking coolant block off or these coolant bypass ports. All right, so before the GoPro dies, I'm gonna go ahead and set y'all up and get y'all a first start. It'll be kind of like the 1.5 start, so I've already had it started just a little bit just to kind of see what it would do. And yeah, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and crank this bitch up. Oh. All right, so I got everything done. Front clips on, engine covers on, got the shrouds and all that. Everything looks good, it's running good. I've cranked it up a couple more times since the last time y'all seen the clip. Got the wheels torqued down on it and everything is ready to get the hell up out the shop. So we got a small leak underneath the expansion tank. It's leaking down here. Found that out by obviously just seeing that. But the steam ports on the top, the one on the driver's side is fine. The one on the passenger side is showing just a small leak. That's a real commonplace for these LS motors to fucking leak, especially after you take it off and put it back on. That gasket is usually fucking deteriorated if it even has one. So I'm not too sure what's going on with that shit. I tightened the bolt, torqued it down and all that, but it could be either the hose is split or it's just that gasket is either not there or it's just not sealing anymore. So oil pressure is reading low. It's reading at like, on first startup, it'll read at like 30, 35, and then it'll drop all the way down to like fucking 15 or something like that. But it has a lot to do with the DOD shit, AFM, just because the oil is not getting to the top of the valley area anymore. It could be also the ching chong ass fucking oil pressure sensor that's back there too. So it's getting enough oil pressure. I don't hear any lifter tick or nothing like that for me to think that it's just low on oil. I put 7 or 6.5 quarts of 1030 in it just to kind of flush all this shit through. It's high mileage, so I'm just trying to kind of get all the, you know, debris and stuff that fell into the motor or anything like that all washed out. Usually after a cam install or a DOD delete, I always recommend just changing the oil after about 500 miles, even less than that probably, just to make sure that none of that bullshit gets sucked up. It's really just a good idea to go ahead and just drive it around, let everything flow through, drain it, put some new oil in it, because the new lifters are going to be fucking breaking in, the new cam's going to be breaking in, you're going to have some metal shavings and stuff down in the oil. So after about 1 or 2 oil changes, you should be clearing back up. Yep, we'll get this one out of here whenever I receive payment, and then we'll fucking see what else we get into for the rest of the week. But this will be the last part of the video just because it's going to be so damn in-depth and long. If y'all need any info or any advice on doing these DOD AFM deletes, it's not really that bad compared to a Gen 3. It's about the same block, same shit on it, just a couple differences. If you're scared to do it at home by yourself, I'd probably recommend getting somebody who's kind of experienced if you're not experienced yourself. But if you're at home mechanic or DIYer, this isn't something that's going to be too hard. It may take you a few weeks to figure it out, but once you get it done the first time, you'll fucking snap back and be knocking them out like it's nothing. So yeah, man, it's nothing to be scared about. I was scared whenever I first did my Yukon, and now I'm fucking doing them for customers. So yeah, I did that to myself. Appreciate y'all for watching, and we're gonna keep content flowing. I'm going on my TikTok, putting up shorts and shit like that, trying to kind of expand and do a lot more videos, because YouTube, like I said, takes me forever to edit. So yeah, let's just go from there. But appreciate y'all for watching. Check y'all out in the next one, and yeah, man, we're gonna keep on going.